EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Denver Broncos. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down here as the penalty flags come in right away, and we may have a face mask here right at the start. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Go on. Hey.
Here's Lindsey. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
Gardner, it's not often that I expect running backs to eclipse 100 yards in back-to-back games, but he left 100 way behind last week. I think he's going to do it again. I'm expecting 150 or more.
And last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week, so if he does what you say he might, maybe he'll get another one.
Yeah, I think he's locked in.
Ready. 90 Wolf. Walk 54. Exit. Let's go.
On first down, right back to Lindsey. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. On second down, a run with Lindsey. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Go.
They'll run the toss. It's Lindsey. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Philip Lindsey with touchdown number 12 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Here we go. Set, ready, 50, plant. Rock it. 6 guys, check 6 guys. Check 13. Bam.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Running with Howard. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for third down.
Playing pass all the way.
Check, hard. Check, hot. Kill. Safe. Deep grip.
Collins now. From the gun, he'll throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jannard Avery in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Back deep is Philip Dorsett. Taking it about the 36. It's a net of 40 there. Punt of 48 and a return of 8. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
On second down now. It's Lindsey. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Philip Lindsey with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus's point after is good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Go.
Shoot. Throwing is Collins. Throwing again. It's caught by Mike Evans. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards on the play, first down. On first down, they run with Howard. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Now Collins looking to throw on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And this offense set up your field. 1st and 10 inside the 20. Clock now on 1st down. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, you need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by DeMonte Casey. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh. You tighten up. Let's go. You tighten up. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. Hey, Sam off. We got double up. Beat them.
And here's Collins on 1st and 10. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucks. Mike Evans, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that'll make our score 14-7. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Shoot.
Collins, off play action. Airing this one out for Evans. That's caught inside the 20. That goes for a gain of 31. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit them with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of the game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
On first down, it's Howard. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
You draw Porker. Hey, box drop. What? Squeeze. Now.
2nd and 5. Dancing to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you
Go.
Operating from the gun. Collins toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Block now to throw. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Ready, break. Mike 5-4. 61. Matchbox white. Kill. Lead them.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey.
Go.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now a carry for Lindsey. Finding some room at midfield. The 40, 20, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Philip Lindsey on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
at their own 20-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jannard Avery. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Topper! Hey, Alpha! Shoot!
Looking to throw. Collins. Flushed it, and this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. You know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here. And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Hey, exit. Look at me. Zipper. Here we go. Now.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lock. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Lock now, 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here. They'll run here with Lindsey, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
To throw it is Lock. And he'll find Hall. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Okay, ready? Greystone, travel. 54. I want that. Give it a go.
On first down, Lock. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
His guys take over 1st and 10.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5.
Got you, boy.
And he'll be taken down just past the 20. at about the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 2nd and 9 now. And this is caught by Evans. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Collins now operating from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Here's Bradley Pena now. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now this is fielded in the end zone. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Vita Vea. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but to show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Locke. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on. And as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know. But you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
A throw complete to Dorsett. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. He'll let this go deep for Sutton, and that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Philip Dorsett, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10. Let's go! At their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
60 outlaw. You. Check 9. Sponge. No.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Howard. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Go.
Throwing is Collins to throw on 2nd down. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Collins from the gun, he'll throw. And he finds Howard complete. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker.
It's now 4th down. Go team, spill. Check 37. Kill. Check 3. Go out. Smooth. Now.
They're going to try and throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah.
Mike 50.
Hey, here's Collins. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
64, weak.
They'll try to run with Lindsey, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Broncos use this short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Come on,
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Now Howard. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
They go with Howard again. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Bucs on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. This goes to Barber, the running back. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Collins throwing on 4th down. Open man has got one. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Avery Williamson there to make the stop. To throw on second down. Collins. He'll find Barber out of the backfield. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. Collins now from the gun on 3rd down. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Right back to him on 1st down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
60 yards.
The tackle made. 8 yards on the pickup.
Throwing is Collins. Looking to throw on 2nd down. The Bucs on 3rd down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Collins looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now Collins throwing on 4th down. And this is incomplete. The Bucs try it on 4th down but come up empty. And the Broncos will take over on downs. Well, they were 2 for 3 on 4th down tries. Now they're unsuccessful. That brings them down to 50%.
But that's a percentage you have to feel pretty good about. You know, 2 for 4, 2 for 3 before that. They finally get stopped again. That's okay. That's the type of team that'll keep pressing. In this situation, they'll continue to go for it.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Another run by Lindsey. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
Hey, they're scared. They're scared.
3rd and 2. Locke's going to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, now Lindsey lost the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And it's a defensive return for a late touchdown. So they still need somewhat of a miracle here, but at least that gets them a little bit closer. And at this point, after that return for a touchdown, I guess the only thing is you're asking what else could go wrong.
Not only that, I think that between the two of us, we thought this was over before. I believe now it's really over.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And wow, the fair catch was signaled for and taken inside the 5-yard line.
Here we go. First and 10 at their own 4-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And able to find Dorset. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy could be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by DeMonte Kazin. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
At the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Go.
50's the mic.
And here's Collins, operating from the gun. Gets this to his running back, Jordan Howard. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
Go.
Me. I got this.
Collins from the gun, he'll throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
Ready. 60 yards.
Check back 50. Time to go night.
Hey.
I got it.
Get it.
Looking to throw. Collins. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Gay is on for the point after. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Devin White, the rookie out of LSU, there to bat that one away. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They'll try the draw, Lindsey. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, with